Hello and welcome back to GP Video Podcast by Nadia. As you guys know that I'm currently in Malaysia, and but if you guys thought that I would stop doing GP Video Podcasts, no, that's not true because doing these video podcasts is like really my passion, and I actually was telling my colleagues as well that I suffer from Stockholm syndrome. So even when I'm away from work, I really think about work, and always am thinking about my patients, my colleagues, and my work actually. So basically, the topic for today is. I wanted to make this podcast on this topic for a long time, but like other topics were more important, so I just wanted to touch base with you guys on this one today. So this is related to paperwork with the GPs. These days we get a lot of patients with a lot of paperwork. So whether it is workers' compensation cases, emails from the insurance companies, paperwork for the life insurance, paperwork for workers' compensation, and paperwork for income protection. There is a lot of paperwork that we have to do these days. I do not know about other GPs, how do they do it, because I have no idea. I haven't discussed it with them yet. I need to, but only if I get time. But for me, it is a bit of a diligent piece of work because I really can't do it in a hurry, and I can't do it without the patient being there, him or herself. So I'll explain a bit. So when you do life insurance paperwork or income protection paperwork, dates are very important. Diagnosis is very important. Then what date it started, what did it what are the actual dates, what is the prognosis, what does the specialist report says, what does the patient want me to put in there, and then I analyze it on the objective basis. So my point is that when because some patients would be like, oh, I'm sure you must have received the email and I think you would have replied the email. No, it doesn't work like that, because as you guys know that there is a lot of shortage of GPs across Australia at this stage, and just assuming that the GP must have received it and they must have done it and sent it off is just a big no. Please make sure if you know that such kind of paperwork is being sent to your GP, please book an appointment with your GP, like let's say for half an hour, 45 minutes. Print out that paperwork, fill it in as much as you can, not the medical bits, but your name, your date of birth, your Medicare number, everything. Just like present your case very nicely to your GP. Print it all off, do all your bits, okay? Then even go through the medical bits and just see if they're asking for dates. Yes, of course, GP will have the idea, but then maybe some dates are, from the previous surgeries or from the previous practices. Just try and be diligent and try and work on the dates as much as you can. And then book an appointment, go to your GP, sit down with your GP, then GP will go through every question with you, and then you and GP together can fill out that paperwork. Even if you think that there is an email that has been sent to your GP which you don't know, like you don't have the access to, again, still book an appointment with your GP and then sit down with your GP and then help your GP in answering those questions. Because sometimes what happens is, if I do some sort of paperwork with the patient not being there, and then I sent it off to the insurance companies or I sent it off to the patient, then patient's like, oh, I didn't want this date to be that, I didn't want this question to be answered like that. If you are that particular, if you are that peculiar, then just please go to your GP, make an appointment, make sure your paperwork is done in front of you, and then we can then submit it. So that was the message for today.